Hello everyone, today I'm going to be continuing the reading of Blaire Wilson's second book by Jennifer Castle. Chapter 5, Inspiration in the Attic. Ooh, ooh. Thea, stop making ghost noises. I nudged my friend as we sat in the back seat of Grandpa's van the next day. You're creeping me out. This place is creeping me out, Thea replied. We were heading up a narrow, winding road lined with droopy willow trees on either side. The branches swayed in the breeze and looked like arms that were trying to grab the van. The driveway was full of potholes, and even though Grandpa was going slowly, we were getting bumped and jostled around. A thick morning mist made it impossible to see what was ahead of us. We rounded a sharp bend, and suddenly, there it was. 4 stories high. I'd seen stone houses before. They were all over the Hudson Valley, but never one this big or this eerie. Several windows were boarded shut, and scraggly vines hung over the porch. 2 of the front steps were broken. Haunted, Thea whispered. Definitely. Empty, Grandpa said with a chuckle. For years. He parked the van behind 3 other cars in the driveway, and I recognized Marco's motorcycle. A family who just moved to Bluefield is fixing it up. It's going to take a lot of fixing, Thea said. I nodded. What a fun project. I can't wait to see the inside. Grandpa knocked on the ginormous front door. I bet this thing is going to open by itself, Thea whispered as I rolled my eyes at her. When the door did open, I was grateful someone was standing behind it. You must be the Pleasant View farm folks, the woman said. I'm Suzanne, I interrupted. Marco's co-assistant. I recognize you from the videos. I'm Blaire. This is my friend Thea and my Grandpa Ben. Come in, Susan smiled as she led us inside. Marco's hard at work in the library. Suzanne walked us through the house, which was dim and dusty, but full of ornate woodwork. Look at those molded ceilings, Grandpa said, and I craned my neck to see swans flying along the rooms. There was a wide staircase with a wooden banister. There were posts with enormous swans carved into them on either side. Thea paused to copy the swan's pose, stretching her neck long and spreading her hands like wings. I giggled and tugged her down the hallway. The library was a big space with tall windows and built-in bookcases. There were bright lights set up around the room. Marco was perched on a ladder in front of an enormous fireplace. Behind him was a man with a video camera and a woman with a fuzzy black microphone attached to the end of a long pole. Blaire, Thea, Marco called when he saw us. Welcome. Hello, Mr. O'Connell. You girls are here at just the right moment. I need someone with small fingers. Thea and I exchanged a confused look. Strange, but interesting. When we got closer, I saw that Marco was creating an intricate mosaic on the wall above the antique wooden fireplace mantel. Colorful tile mosaics were one of his specialties, since they were a big part of traditional Mexican culture. Marco had finished one corner with tiles of different shapes and sizes that were a pretty blue-green color. There was a sun design drawn in pencil in the center of the wall, and a box of yellow tiles nearby. I have some teeny tiny tiles and I'd like to squeeze in, Marco said, pointing. Right here. Can you do it for me? My fingers are too thick. Really? I said. We get to help? Thea and I each took turns adding tile pieces to the mosaic with special glue. At first, Marco showed us where to put the tiles, but then he let us decide. It was like doing a jigsaw puzzle, except more fun, because where you put one piece determined where the next one would go. Marco's videos always showed him making his mosaics in fast motion, but seeing the real thing in real-time motion was amazing. After half an hour, Thea and I had added dozens of tiles, but the mosaic still had a long way to go. I never knew it took so much time to do this, Thea said. Me neither, I agreed, and it's so cool to see them up close and then step back and get a whole different image.
Perspective, Marco said. It's magical to look at the same things from different points of view.
That's why you sit in the dirt, right? I asked.
Marco's crew laughed. Thea looked confused. Well, you girls did a great job on the mosaic. Fabuloso! I've had a sketch of the sun design in my notebook for months, and I was just waiting for the right wall to come along. I walked in here and I realized, of course, it needed to go above a fireplace. Fire, flame, sun.
Wow, I said. I have an inspiration board in my room where I keep ideas for projects.
Marco smiled. Something small can become something big, no?
All I could do was nod. It was crazy and wonderful to be talking about this stuff with a professional designer. Are you doing the room revolutions on the whole house? I asked.
Most of it. The Maisons, that's the family who bought this place, knew it needed a lot of work, but they fell in love with it, and I did too. Well, redesigned the entire downstairs and a few of the second floor bedrooms.
Which room does the ghost live in? Thea asked, making her creepy woo noise again.
It does seem like that kind of house, Marco said with a laugh. So far, we haven't seen anything spooky, but go ahead and explore the house. Let us know what you discover.
Suzanne appeared, and Marco called,
Paperwork break!
The guy with the camera stopped filming. Funny, I'd forgotten he was there. When Grandpa started chatting with the crew, Thea looked at me and stroked an imaginary beard. It was something she did as part of her evil villain character. So, Thea said, sounding super devious, where would we start our snooping? Upstairs?
Oh, yeah, I said. Race you!
I took off up the staircase, Thea behind me. We stopped short on the second floor landing. There was a long hall lined with doors. All the doors were open, and dust motes floated in the dim light. Creepy. Let's go all the way up, Thea said. Ghost love addicts. We climbed another flight of stairs and found another long hallway. It was darker and creepier up here. All the doors were closed.
This is my kind of spooky, Thea said, then put her hand on the first doorknob. Okay, what do you think is in here?
I said, probably a bedroom.
It was an empty closet.
We made our way down the hall, making crazy guesses about what was behind each door. A bathroom big enough for an elephant to take a shower. A kid's bedroom filled with stuffed animals. Of course, we were wrong every time. The rooms were all empty and dark. Now this one, Thea said, reaching for the handle of a narrow door at the end of the hallway, is a portal to a secret universe where pigs fly and everyone's purple. Okay then, I said, laughing. Let's go. I flung open the door, expecting to see another closet. Whoa. Stairs, Thea exclaimed. Steps to a secret universe. Told you. Or to the ghost's bedroom, I said. The stairs were narrow, even narrower than the back stairway at my house, and they didn't look all that sturdy. Come on, Thea said as she started climbing the stairs. Maybe we should go up with an adult, I said, but Thea was already halfway up. When we reached the top of the stairs, Thea flicked a light switch in the wall. Whoa again. It was a giant attic space, stretching as far as we could see. It must have gone the length of the whole house. The wooden beams of the arching roof reminded me of a cathedral we visited in the city once. Thea and I took a few steps. The floors creaked under our feet. "Gah!" Thea exclaimed as she walked right into a spider web. "Ew," I said, wiping the web from her face and flicking it off my fingers. "I'm okay," Thea said, distracted. She walked into the middle of the space and turned slowly in a circle. "If this were my house, I'd turn this into the Theodora Theater. I'd build a stage down at the end with seats over here." Thea motioned with her arms to show me where her audience would be. "Then we'd have a place to perform our own plays and stuff. What about you?" "I'd turn this into a playroom." I looked up at the wooden beams. Bam! Idea sparked. Wait, not just a playroom, a playground with swings and everything.
"Super bonita!" a voice boomed behind us. Thea and I screamed. It was just Marco, but my heart was pounding. "I had no idea you were there," I stammered. "Sorry," Marco said with a laugh as the rest of the crew followed him up into the attic. "But what else would be in this attic playground of yours, Blaire?" he asked. "What else?" I asked, starting to walk around, getting a feel for the space and my idea spark. "Well, it's tall enough for a fort with different levels and a climbing wall and slides that land in a huge ball pit." I looked up at the beams. "You could hang swings from the rafters and some rope ladders too. And there's plenty of space for a seesaw." Marco retracted my loop around the attic, followed by his crew. He was smiling. "I'm seeing what you're seeing," he said. "What would you put on the walls?" "That side could be painted blue with white clouds, like a sky," I said, then pointed to the other wall. "And that one could be painted dark blue with stars, like night." "Yes, I see that too. Ah, this will be fantastic surprise for the Maisons." "Wait, you're really going to turn this attic into an indoor playground?" I asked in disbelief. "Of course," Marco said. "It's too good of an idea. The family has 4 kids. They would love it, and it would be a true room revolution, no? Suzanne, come, let's capture this inspiration into notes." Suzanne rushed over to Marco and they started talking, the camera crew circling them. Thea stepped up beside me and took my hand, squeezing it. "Amazing," she said. Bam! Idea spark number 3. "Hey, Marco," I said. Thea had a great idea. There should be a stage and seats at one end. The kids can act out skits and put on plays. "Fantastico!" Marco exclaimed. Thea's eyes grew wide. She squeezed my hand even tighter. Our ideas were going to be on room revolutions. "This is so much better than finding a ghost," she whispered. When I got home, Beckett was in the pen with Dash and Penny. He was wearing his magic hat and holding my old hula hoop. "How's the goat act coming along?" I asked.
"Great," Beckett answered. "Now I'm teaching Dash how to jump through a hoop."
Behind Beckett, Dash was chewing on the hoop. "Good luck," I called, heading inside. I found Mom and Dad in the Pleasant View Farm office. "We don't even have a calendar for 2021 yet," Dad was saying as I peeked my head in. He and Mom were sitting at a round table with papers spread out in front of them. "Well, we'd better get one," Mom replied. "People plan weddings really far in advance." "Hi, honey."
"How was the house Marco's working on?"
Dad asked. It was amazing. I sat down and told them everything, from the spooky driveway to the attic adventure and my idea for the playground. And Marco says he's going to do it. Mom was impressed. That all sounds pretty exciting. "Here's the best part," I said. "He filmed me telling him my ideas, and he wants to put it in the show, but he needs your permission first." Mom and Dad exchanged a glance, and Dad said, "Okay, we'll talk to Marco when he comes back." "Fantastico," I said. Then I jumped up. "I'll be upstairs. I have to watch some Room Revolution episodes for more inspiration. See you later."
Hold up there, TV star.
I turned back. You seem to be forgetting something, Mom said, tapping her watch. It's called Chores Revolution. Visiting Marco's set doesn't get you out of that. Ah, right, I said. I looked at the papers on the table and saw that they were calendar pages. What's going on here?
Empire State Weddings hit the stand yesterday, Dad explained. We've gotten over 30 emails from people interested in booking the barn at Pleasant View Farm. Not to mention about 50 phone calls.
The phone out on the front desk began to ring. Make that 51, Mom said. Marco was right. We're about to get busier than we've ever been before. We've already booked every weekend through the end of the year. That was great news. I can fill in at the front desk whenever you need, I chimed in, and I'm always ready to help with more event designs. Nice try, Mom said, but remember, school comes first. I know, but I'll have time on the weekends.
Blaire, I know you're not happy unless you're creating or organizing or designing something, Dad said, getting up and putting his arm around me. But don't take on more than you can manage.
I won't, I said. Well, you won't mean to, Mom added. Okay, I sighed. I get it.
Good, Dad said, kissing the top of my head. End of lecture. Off to your chores. Well, that is the end of chapter 5. Actually, I think so far that has been probably the most exciting chapter in Blaire Wilson's book so far. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what chapter 6 has in store. We definitely still need to hear more about Blaire's new potential friend at school. So I'm hoping that they're going to go back to that story, but we'll have to wait and see until the next chapter. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you soon.